What does transformation healing meaning to you? What's the challenging have you overcome in your life that transformed who you are today? Hi everyone, this is Tuesday. Thank you for coming to our Transformation Healing podcast. I'm your host, Riya Wang. I'm a certified transformation healing coach and a spiritual teacher. I help my clients who go through the transformation healing that brought connection with the spirit's awakening, that transform the limitation and bring back the joy, passion, be the best version of the self. I have been traveling around the world to learning and sharing how transformation healing can change in our lives. I host this podcast, invite all of my guests from all over the world to come here to share their inspiring stories, wisdom, and knowledge. With their own life story, there is a lot heart touched. I hope you will be enjoyed today, my guest, Louisa. Did I say correct your name, Louisa?
Yes, you did. That was perfect, Louisa.
Louisa, thank you, Louisa. It's so great to have you here.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me, Rhea.
Thank you, Louisa. So before I let Louisa talk about, share her wonderful stories, I will be introduced a little bit. Louisa is the international remarkable business successful coach. And also she's the master Akashic reader teacher. She created the healer's method. Did I say that correct?
Helix Method.
Helix Method. So I will be let Louisa talk about what is Helix Method later after I introduce this. And also a little bit another Louisa's story. Louisa was work for years in the corporate company, but a lot overwork that caused a lot tremendous stress that she lead to the shingles and the chronic fatigues. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Fatigue.
Yeah.
Yes, compelling her to break free from the corporate, the matrix of the overworking. Now, Louisa is a successful create her own life and freedom from the dream business and the dream income. That is beautiful. Welcome to Louisa. Thank you, Louisa. Come to here. So before, I wanted to ask you where you come from, Louisa. Which part of the world you are?
I am in the UK. So I'm in the south of the UK for any UK listeners near Brighton.
That's far away from here. So I'm in California. Here is 11 a.m. my time, and it will be 7 p.m. your time.
Yes, it is. Yeah, evening time.
Yeah, it's how amazing is now the world changing. We are all come together. There is no matter where you are in the part of the world, but we can all connect through this little window we call the Zoom here.
It's so true. I love it. I love being able to connect with people all over the world. It's just wonderful. It really is.
That's beautiful to have you here, brother. Your beautiful energy. Tell us, what is the biggest challenge you overcome from your life, darling?
Gosh, that's a big question. I think, do you know, it's probably from childhood. I think a lot of our childhood experiences then stay with us, and we get the opportunity to heal them on many different levels as we become adults and as we're growing our businesses. Our businesses are, I see, are our personal biggest gift in terms of personal development. And for me, I think one of the biggest challenges as a child overcoming was probably being bullied at school. It was at primary school, so up to the age of about 11. So those core years where you are really getting your sense of self, your value in the world, and creating all those core beliefs. So I know that that had a foundational impact on who I then became as a teenager. It created a lot of uncertainty, I would say, in terms of about my place in the world. And that stayed with me as a young adult. So for me, I think really overcoming that low self-esteem as a result of being bullied was probably one of the biggest challenges that I've overcome in life. Really rebuilding myself and being able to recognize, of course, as the adult now, I know that all those experiences, that child that was bullying me would have been going through stuff, but of course as kids you don't know that, do you? And it's my dad always used to say, turn the other cheek, and it's like, yeah, that strategy is not really working for me because she's not stopping.
Yes, see, that as a bully, I think almost the most are in the childhood we go through with that type sense. When we are young, we are start curiosity about the life, about what is going on. We are kind of confused and different know, especially if we have feel that insecure in the heart and didn't know how to deal with that. That's create a lot of fear, stress. And look at you now, that of course we're adults now, not said as a bully, but still I want to say, still have some people, even adults now, we still always have that feeling never good enough, feeling insecure. So how do you can through that? I know there is a lot of journey to go through, but I know now you're teaching people how to transform that insecure, not good enough, to become passion and fulfilling, right? What is the simple tool? I wanted to say, what is the number one simple tool? Maybe I give you the challenge here. It's asking you to share with us. So when they feel not good enough, feel insecure, so how they can use the one simple tools to do that?
Yeah, well, I think one of the things if we're feeling not good enough is one of the questions I ask my clients and myself is, when did this start? What was going on in my life when this started? Because whatever the current experience is just triggering old memories. We're expecting our previous experience to reoccur. So I feel like I want to say something more fancy, but it's journaling. It's asking that question. So when did this start? It's connecting in with your higher self and really allowing that wisdom to come from your higher self around, okay, so this is the memory, this is the experience that you had at that moment in time. And so your subconscious is expecting that to happen again. And once you've found it, then you can let it go. And one of the tools that I do love to use and I teach is using muscle testing as a way to find out if that really is the root, because often we can say to ourselves, this is the story, this is why I'm like I am, because that's an acceptable story to our conscious mind. And then when you muscle test on it, I'm waving my hand because I do the sway technique where you use your body like a dowsing device and you sway forwards for a yes and backwards for a no. And when you muscle test on it, sometimes you can find that actually your subconscious doesn't believe that. And that's just a acceptable story that you've been telling yourself. And actually the root is something completely different that you've been bearing. So I think journaling and muscle testing are the ways to really shift that, so that you can allow your subconscious to find out what it is expecting, so that you can say, it's okay, that's not going to happen again. And often we can expect, certainly in the business world, if there has been, our experience of groups replay out in business all the time, particularly with coaches. If you're leading a group coaching program and you were traumatized in groups, then you can expect the school bully to come and show up when you're, you know, as the leader or and part of a community, if you're part of a mastermind. All of that stuff you get to heal that again, because that can play out.
That's a wonderful tips. Muscle testing. I think a lot of time, so we talk about the body, mind, soul, right? So a lot of time we are stuck in our thoughts, think about, oh, that's a story we cannot believe. Oh, I'm okay, I'm healed. That is everything you think that you are, but you, like when you test your body, your muscles and your body, that doesn't, there have a big gap. So
Yes.
it doesn't connect that together. I have all of that experience is with like last month, like my mom passed away.
Sorry to
So
hear that.
yes, thank you. But she's in a better place. We know that because she was suffering at the beginning before leave. But when she not suffering, she left. I know when I'm doing all of this meditation, pray, all of these things, I saw her spirits become the younger spirits towards the lights. That moment I feel traumatic peace, but still the separation and of my body was feel sad and was feel depressed, doesn't want to move. But I be aware, fortunately, because I work like this type of work, I aware that my body is not what is my thoughts. There is my body don't want to move. There is thoughts. That's okay. That's everything is good. But between that, how do you break that gap to lament the together? So that turning to the body, right? Your body gives you signal. Like you said, the body knows there is nothing, it's a lie, right? So that's a beautiful body test, the muscle test.
Yes, it's so good. It really does allow you to, I call it unlocking the subconscious, because it's a way for you to find out what's going on. And what I love with muscle testing using the sway technique is because you need to sort of relax in your body as you're doing it. And most people will stand as they're doing it. And I invite people to close their eyes. You go within like you're going to do a meditation. And so you're allowing yourself to listen to your body and to really take that moment. And it's amazing how many your body starts speaking to you, not only in, you know, heat sensations in your body as you get closer to the truth, for example, or you're releasing some energy or some memories will come forward. And it's from that connection that you've created as you've opened up that space to listen to the body and go, right, come on, tell me, what's going on.
What is going on?
Yeah, because the brain's got its own version of events going on.
Wow, that is powerful tips to do that. Thank you, Louisa. Then I have another question. I come to here and I interview my guests. I always ask some question, but all of these questions come from the people who I work. They are deal with. They want to learn more. What can help them? So talk about not feeling good enough to transform from not feeling good enough to become more confident. And you shared the tips about muscle testing to ask what's the feelings of your body, right? So is there also, you talk about you created this new methods. Is that the muscle testing part of that, or is different? Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yes, so the Helix method is an energy psychology and manifesting method. So we use a range of tools within it that empower people to master the art of reality creation, and so that they can live at their highest potential. Of course, that's what we all want, to live at the highest potential, to live our fullest self-expression. We do use energy kinesiology in some muscle testing within the Helix method. One of the processes that I love to use, I call it our manifesting process, the Helix Method manifesting process, is a 15-minute process that we do each day so that you can start to change your frequency, to change the vibration that you're sending out into the universe by following 4 simple steps, connecting in with your higher self. So we invite people to follow this process, to connect in with their higher self, then to create the identity, the consciousness of their future self. So within that, we may do some muscle testing to find out, what's going on. And we use inner and outer rewiring activation. So I love putting affirmations to music, helping people to really tune into their visualizations and to embody it from a perspective of it being a memory. So we put it in the past. So that's how we change the consciousness and the identity that we're embodying. And then the third step is living in the energy of the question. So this is where I love asking powerful questions from a place of having completed the thing already. It's such a powerful way to manifest. And then the fourth step is, of course, taking action, taking aligned action. So following the guidance from our higher self, listening to that voice, that inner voice that's saying, call Riya, go down that road, doing the things that perhaps might not be on your business plan, but what you're doing is you've activated the bridge of synchronicities, as I call it. And when you take those unplanned steps and follow the guidance, honestly, magic completely happens. I know that there's so many wonderful ways of activating and co-creating with the universal laws. And it is magic, isn't it? When you can feel that flow and things just open up, opportunities that you never thought possible open up, and it just gets one of my favorite affirmations is, the easier it gets, the easier it gets. And when you're in flow and you follow that, it's so true. It really is. The easier it gets, the easier it gets.
That is a beautiful. Yes, even I think about, like you said, fortunately, we have so many tools in this world. Then we have so many naturally tools. We have so many power that is available there for you to choose. Then for you to awakening, but everything starts with take actions, right?
Yes.
Everything starts take actions. You have all of this information, you learn all of these things. Your number one thing is implement that with your daily life. Take actions, and not just take action, and have to consistent.
Yes.
Like you said, the muscle testing or these muscle memories or whatever it is. So there you have the consistency that to lead you from there, from A to B and to C, right? So you cannot take a shortcut. So it's practiced every day. But when you tap in with that energy, you have that flow that is effortless. It's getting easier and easier, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's it. You've summed it up perfectly.
Thank you, Louisa.
The easier it gets, the easier it gets. And I love those rhyming affirmations, because they really, it's like music, isn't it? It's easy to remember. The easier it gets, the easier it gets. The more money I make, the more money I make. The more energy I have, the more energy I have. It's like a chorus that you can sing over and over again, and the subconscious loves repetition.
Yes, absolutely. So we always say you want to manifest in your money, manifest, that is the energy. So if you always fear about, where's my money? Oh my gosh, I cannot make this happen. Guess what? Your body and your mind believe that, right?
Yes. Yes.
If you switch that to say, oh my gosh, that money is there, just waiting me to take it. Then you vibrate with that energy. You are already in that stage to bring the money back to your life.
It's so true. And being it, because your body doesn't know the difference of, those feelings, whether they've happened or not. So let's create from the place of and manifest from our memory. So often people, when they're visualizing, it's like we put it in front of us. So we see the image in front of us, whereas if we put the image behind us as a memory, so different. It's so fast. We fully embody that in our frequency. And then we're sending out a congruent message to the universe saying, hey, I'd like some more of that, please.
Come on, bring more.
Yeah, more please, universe.
That's beautiful. Thank you, darling. So we talk about, I ask you a challenge, talk about the tips, talk about how to manifest the energy with the affirmation. Then share a little bit more, share a little bit of tips is about your personal life, honey. So what is make you feel most enjoyable and like with the most enjoyable things you like to do?
Well, apart from doing, I'm like a personal development junkie, so I'm always reading books, learning more, because I just, the more it's that sense of the more I learn, the more I realize I don't know anything and the more I learn. So I think always having a beginner's mindset and wanting to improve and get better and better at for my own learning and for being able to hold the space for my clients as well is how underpins everything that I do. And one of the things that for me that really brings me joy, apart from doing all of that stuff, because it does, my business doesn't feel like a business because I'm literally living and breathing and doing all the stuff that I love doing, is having spa days. You cannot have enough spa days. I'm not a,
I love that spa days.
Yeah, you're not going to find me on any monkey bars swinging from trees. I'm not that kind of a girl. Give me a spa and a sauna and some meditation music and I am in my happy place. Equally going for a lovely walk and being out in nature, I just absolutely love it. So anything that's kind of gentle basically brings me complete joy.
That's beautiful. I want spa day. Just listening what you said, I was saying, when is the last time I got my spa day? It's time to go spa day again.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And the other thing that I love doing, I'm part of a gospel choir, so I do love singing. I love singing to gospel music. It's so uplifting, and music is a passion. I come from a very musical family. Haven't really ever thought of myself as being a genius at music, but my brother and sister and mother certainly are. But I have a real appreciation for it, so which is why I bring music into my manifesting, and I do love singing, so it's really, really fun. I sing with
wow.
yeah.
That's beautiful. I wish someday I can hear you sing. Are you ready to sing to us in here?
No.
No, I was saying look.
I know. Boundaries are important.
Oh, thank you. That's
one day the public debut for that is in the future.
Now we know the music is the vibration. It's always brought so much creativity, open up our creativity, open up that vibration brought the joy,
Yes. Oh,
yeah.
You just literally can feel it, can't you? I just absolutely love it.
Yes. Beautiful, beautiful. So tell us then where we can find you when people interested in your body, your muscle testing, are interested more work, want to know how to they find you. Where's the best place to find you?
Oh, thank you, Riya. So I hang out mostly on Facebook, so you can find me on Facebook. Just search for Louisa Havers and you will find me. Equally, I've got my website, www.louisahavers.com. I am on Instagram and LinkedIn if you prefer that. I've also got my YouTube channel, so you can just search Louisa Havers and I will come up. I believe I am the only one. I haven't found another one, so it makes it nice and easy.
That's easy. And also, if you are interested in the Louisa's work, you can always come to here. We post the Louisa's website, all of the information in this podcast. You are already here. You know how to find her. So thank you so much, beautiful. Before we close this podcast, we talk about the affirmation. what is the affirmation you brought to everybody today?
Oh, one of my favorite ones, that given that we were talking about self-confidence earlier, is I value my value. I value my value.
I value my value. Wow. Give me a little bit of chills. My gosh, that is.
It's short, it's simple, but it really is, when you really embody that, the ripple effects in your life are exponential.
Wow, that's powerful. I value my value. I need to repeat that every day. Every day.
Yes, yeah. And it's an easy one to remember. It's like a brain tattoo. I value my value. I value my value. I value my value. I value my value.
And the broad, when you speak that, broad the smiling on your face, right?
Yes, yes, yeah.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Louisa.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, to come here to watch our podcast here. I hope you enjoyed Louisa's tips. And if you have a story that inspired the world you want to share with others, please contact me at riyawang369@gmail.com. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Louisa. I will see you next Tuesday.